Hey, good day. Welcome to another episode of Rob Report. I'm your humble host, Robert Bob TV Brown. How you doing today? Well, we're at this crossroad where Bernie Sanders have suspended his campaign. I haven't had time to talk about this because I'm in quarantine and I've been taking online classes, so I've been a little busy. But here we are. Here we are. Now you got the people who trying to tell you got to pick the lesser of two evils. I know Biden brutalized the black race with that crime bill. I know he allowed the police to have their way with black men, throw them on the ground, beat them with a stick, kick them in the back of their head, put their knee in the back, put them in the car and take them somewhere and beat them up and bring them back to their neighborhood and throw them out the car, plant drugs in their cars just to lock them up. I know Biden did that. I know he did that all so we can fill up the prison system so we can get free or cheap labor off black people. I know Biden is really the author of the new Jim Crow. I know Biden is the author of the new 21st century slave plantation known as the private prison system or the prison system in general. I know that. But we got to get Trump out of office, man. Trump is horrible. Well, we got what we call right now a movement going on called the No Biden movement, where you got young people. And yeah, a lot of them are white. Yeah, but you got some young black people. You got some young Latinos that's saying no to Joe Biden for their own specific reasons. They're not saying, but then that's automatic for Trump. Let's go ahead with that stuff. You realize you saying this make you the dumbest idiot in the world. A vote is a vote. If you want somebody to vote for your guy, and I tell you no, it's your choice to find somebody to replace me, because I ain't voting for the lesser, bigot, pathological lying, racist, rape allegation contender for this office. I wouldn't have did it for Herman Cain. I wouldn't have did it for Bill Clinton, and I wouldn't have did it for Obama if he had it. And I'm not going to do it for Joe, and I didn't do it for Trump. And for you to think I got to make a choice, you forgot we're in America, baby. This is not a totalitarian government yet. Getting there, but it's not. I have the right to reject you. I have a right to protest you, and I have the right to vote hell no. When it comes to Joe Biden, it's not a protest vote. It's a logical, sane vote. For me to vote no to Joe Biden, the other pathological, lying, rapist, bigot, and me to vote no on Trump is the right and logical thing to do, because shame on any American who will want to put a pathological, liar, rapist, bigot in the office of president where he can enforce laws. Now, the thing is, the difference between Biden and Trump. Now, if Biden is on his meds, if Biden was Biden 5 years ago when he was with Obama, Biden would have been a little more sharper and a little more dangerous as a president. Why? Because Republicans like Biden. Biden is pretty much a Republican with a blue dress on. Shout out to Monica Lewinsky. With a D on his chest. But if you look at his chest real hard, that D on his chest is really a sticker. If you dump water on Joe Biden, that D will fall off and you'll really see he's a Republican. All his policies have always been Republican. The crime bill was to appease Republicans. He thought Republicans were soft on the drug policy. He thought the Republican was soft on crime. He thought the Democrats should be a little more harder on crime, and got Bill Clinton to participate in it. Another Republican in a D with a plastic D on his chest. We've seen the Democratic Party go from the party of FDR, the party of Jimmy Carter, to straight up the party of Reagan. Reagan said he loved Bill Clinton. If it wasn't for Bill Clinton, most Republicans couldn't get some of the stuff done that they needed to get done while they were in power. But thanks to Bill Clinton, Thanks to Bill Clinton. Thanks to what's his name? I forgot his name. Can't think of it. Think of his name when they had the contract with America. Thanks to those guys. Joe Biden is as Republican as they come. Joe Biden has passed legislation that will make the most racist, bigot politician drool. And you want me to choose between him and Trump. And I'm here telling you, I ain't got to choose between him and Trump at all. You were bought into the lie that there's a choice. There is no choice. I will always vote for the greater good. I don't care what David Dole got to say. I like David Dole. But David Dole, you stay in Canada, bruh. You don't stay here. And you never grew up in a black neighborhood in the United States, at least I don't think. And you never grew up as black. And you never grew up as a young black man in the 90s. The moment I got out of the military, I came face to face with Joe Biden's crime bill. I got other than honorable discharge, and it was hard for me to find a job, so I had to make do what I had to make do. And yeah, I did a little hustling. But then I decided I found religion and I started changing my life, but it didn't matter. I was a black man living in a hood that was full of drug hustlers, which is open season for white supremacists in blue. With enforcement, with the backing, and with the political power, and with the signature of people like Joe Biden, who have always claimed that I created this bill. This is my crowning achievement. It is my baby. I put it up there with Bo and Hunter and my daughters. It's my baby. Joe Biden. And then you got Bernie Sanders caving into this thing and using the Violence Against Women Act as a reason for him to vote yes. Let these black people get brutalized. Let them get tortured. Let them get ramrod. Add my signature. Rob, you talking about Bernie Sanders like that? I don't take sides, Doc. I call it the way it is. He signed it. Woman against violence is a lame excuse. Then you got people like James Clyburn, black people, who side in with this horrible legislation. But a vote blue no matter who. No, you take your vote blue, turn it sideways, and stick it up your behind. Now, I'm going to show you a video. There are some college students saying, look, it's Joe Biden, bro. It's a no for me.
Generation now tells me how tough things are. Give me a break. No. I have no empathy for it. Give me a break.
I don't have any empathy for him. It's garbage.
Please.
I don't have any empathy for Joe Biden.
Does he know what it's like to carry $40,000 in college debt and have a minimum wage job?
Somebody needs to tell him to drop out.
If we want to beat Trump in 2020, we need a candidate who actually speaks to young people instead of insulting them.
Action for a Progressive Future is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Now, don't get me wrong. Bunch of white college kids, right? Everybody got a voice. I could find some black people who say the same thing. See, smart, educated black people who knew Joe Biden's record are not siding with him. Those who are so fearful of Trump are siding with him. They're willing to forgive. Oh, Robert, you got to forgive and let go. You know, can you give a man another redemption? Well, if I give Joe Biden redemption, I might as well give Trump a redemption too. Here's one thing I can say. Yeah, Trump ran his mouth on the Central Park 5. Wrong. Trump having apologized for that day. Wrong. The mark of a white supremacist is they don't admit that they're wrong. They always think they're right. That's why they call it white supremacy. They think they're supreme when they're not. Sure, Trump and his family did discrimination against black people when it came to his housing units. Wrong. But Trump did not create legislation and whipped up votes to back it, and even got the president to back it. That's more power than Trump could ever have in his life. Right now, as long as he's in office, The Republicans may kiss his behind. And Democrats sometimes the kiss is behind. But at least the Democrats got a majority and they can put up a united front, even though they fail miserably most of the time. But they can at least try to put up a united front against Trump, and they can at least try to look like that they're resisting Trump, and at least they try to resist, act like they're in a no Trump movement. Even though at the end of the day they love Trump. Trump done cut their taxes. Trump done gave them more money, saved them more money. You think these rich people gonna sit there and play ball with you? They're doing WWF tactics on TV. Have you think they're all in one accord to stop Trump when they really was in one accord to stop Bernie? They'd rather have Trump over Bernie. And even if Biden lose this race, it's still a win-win for most of those rich elite Democrats in Washington, D.C., as well as the rich elites. And most of them are rich and elite. There are very few that's considered regular politicians, average politician with average salary. Most of them are millionaires. Some of them 10 to 100 millionaire, and a few of them are billionaires. Shout out to John Kerry, who married up in the Hines family and married into a fortune. But look, I can't see myself supporting this guy. There's so many movements, so many political organizations, so many radical leftist organizations, so many activist organizations that is coming together as one to form a voting bloc. Something that black people did in the 60s. We formed a voting bloc and we forced either the Democrat or the Republican to appease to us to get our vote. And I keep telling people, and I've been telling people for years, don't you go slut vote. Don't just vote for people who you don't have no relationship. Get to know their record. And even if you knew their record, your vote is a bargaining chip. Your vote is a hook with the worm in it. You want that worm, you got to come bite it. You want my support, then I need these things to happen. The ADOS community, my beloved ADOS community, who I love so well, they've been saying, look, if you're not going to give us reparation, I'm saying no to you. I'm saying no to you, no to you. And I'm going to do whatever I can to take you down because you're anti our agenda. No reparation, no black agenda, no vote. Kiss my behind. You better come up with it. We better work a deal. You better spend time with our community, and we better get something on paper before you ask me for a vote. James Clyburn wasn't into that, and he got around black people and sold them out and said, we ain't got to go through all that. Just support Joe. I know Joe. I don't know. I know Joe. You know Joe. And Joe know us. Yeah, Joe know y'all black. Joe know that y'all are inferior. Joe know us so much that Joe developed policies to decimate us. And Joe will be put in a position again to do the same thing. Oh, he had change of heart. The way he is on a campaign trail, shunning Latinos, shunning black people, and shunning white people and tell them, look here, fat. And look, let's do some push-ups and all that kind of malarkey. And look, then go vote for Trump, go vote for Trump. And then he forgetting halfway where he's at, and then he got to have his wife to come get him off the stage. Really? The man got some cognitive issues, yet he's emotionally detached, just like the other guy. And you expect me to vote for him. Here's the deal. As a black man, I don't owe you my vote. As a black man, Bernie Sanders can't tell me to vote for you. Bernie Sanders can't he can ask somebody to vote for you. He can even tell them. But who in the hell is Bernie Sanders? People supported Bernie Sanders because of the platform. They connected to Bernie Sanders because of the platform. It became about the platform, and it is still about the platform. The platform reigns king with all these activist groups. The platform reigns king with all these political groups on the left. The platform reigns king, and the left is not party central. Being on the left has nothing to do with the parties. Well, we need to unite the Democratic. Most of Bernie Sanders supporters, the people who supported that platform, Bernie Sanders just happened to be the carrier of the platform, got nothing to do with him. The moment he dropped that platform, the moment he get rejected by these people. And anybody who's saying, well, I got to vote for Joe, that means you didn't care about that platform. You care more about Bernie. Just like Bernie Sanders cared more about the Democratic Party and more about Joe Biden and more about kissing the butt of the Democratic elite than the people. Well, he gave his word that he was going to support. Yeah, but he didn't have to do it right now. He gave up all his leverage, all his power. He had an army that was willing to back him, just like in 2016, no matter where he go. With the platform being the glue, and he decided to detach himself from the platform and hook himself up the Hillary Clinton platform, just like he hooked himself up to Joe Biden's platform, which is anti-left. Sure, Joe Biden, okay, we'll do Medicare for all, we'll lower it down to 60. Man, get out of here with that mess, man. That ain't what the platforms say. You want our support? Support that platform. At least support 5 major components of the platform. I will always add a black agenda where you get reparation, but I am for Medicare for all. I am for no-cost education. I am for housing, going back to robust public housing. I am for universal basic income. There's a lot of things I think are great ideas and great and part of a platform. But the bottom line is, when it comes to real, true people that's in this so-called political revolution, the revolution can go on without Bernie. We've already decided, and people already decided, it ain't about Bernie. It's just like the slogan said, not me, us. It's about us. It's not about Bernie, and it ain't about Joe. It's about the American people. These policies lift up the American people. And if you're not willing to push this policy, if you're not willing to commit to lifting up the American people, then we ain't got to commit to you. Now, where do we stand in this era of this effort right now? Nobody. Well, we got too many politicians that done cave in by talking about I endorse Joe and I'll support Joe and I'll campaign for him. You punk, weak mother, you weaklings, you sapsuckers, you punk. You gave up all your leverage. That's why I don't like James Clyburn. You gave up black leverage when you could have went to Joe Biden and said, Joe, look here, you know us, right? You know me. I'm Uncle Tom, so you can count on my support to go out there and whip up black folks for you, Joe. Had it been Malcolm X, look here, white man. If you want the support of my people, then you're going to have to give us some. Now, Malcolm X wanted to go political. Donald Elijah Muhammad didn't want to go political. He wanted to keep it religion. He wanted to keep it about building the black community. He didn't want to merge. He wanted to do segregation. And his whole point was, here is our platform. This is what we want. This is the declaration for black people. This is what we want. This is what we want for the federal government. Give us this. We won't bother you. You won't bother us. He had a platform. This is Black America. This is what we want in Black America. We're going to build our people up. Now, Malcolm X, if he was in a position that, or Elijah Muhammad, if he was in the position of James Clyburn, there would have been some concessions. I'm not supporting you, bro. Until we get this, and this, you can forget about me trying to whip up votes for you. Usually if you're a true politician, you don't waste your time whipping up votes unless there's something in there for you and your constituents. Bernie Sanders dropped the ball on that. Well, I'm going to suspend my campaign and I'm supporting Joe and I'm going to help Joe. Joe, my good friend. That's what you call, and I'm sorry, it's a lot of you people on YouTube get mad. That's what you call a sellout. You sold us out. You could at least kept your leverage. I don't care if you're all on the ballot. That don't mean nothing when you've given your endorsement to Joe Biden. And when you said you were going to campaign for Joe Biden, you gave up the political, you turned your back on the political revolution when it came to leverage. Now the political revolution has detach themselves from you. Once again, a lot of people are going to leave the Democratic Party once again because they only join to support you. Well, let me stop saying you. Support the platform that you carry. They join to support the platform that you carry. And now that you detach yourself from that platform, now you probably believe that platform is true, but you making the decision that suspend your campaign and support Joe has more weight than that platform. You should have said, look, I'm not suspending my campaign and I'm not supporting Joe until we get some concessions done between me and Joe. We ain't doing this unity tour crap no more. None of that. Me and Joe gonna sit down. Joe, you want my support? Make me VP. I know you want a black woman. I know you want a woman of color, but that ain't gonna get you these people. That ain't gonna get you the independents, and that's not gonna get you the progressive left in the party. And the people who decide to join the party just to support me in this platform. That's not automatic. They don't believe in that blue, no matter who coalescing, we Dems may come together, because they never really saw themselves as a Democrat. They only saw themselves as a person joining the party to vote for a Democrat. The moment you screw him, I'm unjoining, and I'm gonna be your worst nightmare. And like Crystal from the Hill say, own up to this. You doggone right. You don't give us what we want. See, the ADOS community prides themselves and saying, look, you can blame me all you want. I don't give a crap. I care more about my community. You think Donald Trump, you think Joe Biden is going to be better than Donald Trump? You really think that? And the man who created the crime bill that decimated the black community, who passed legislation, continue to hurt black people, who when we were trying to do something to leave the debt of black people, he made double down on it and say, no, forget that. They're going to be paying these loans. Screw Elizabeth Warren at the time. You think this guy, he's only going to be better in look and in posture. In policy, according to his past, he'll probably be worse than Trump. Now, ignoramus may not be there, but dead in the brain is there. False choices, and I ain't got to take it. This is the time for the political left, the so-called political revolution, those who supported that platform. You tell people it's about this platform. The moment you reject this platform, we will reject you, and we will stand firm in it. Same thing with the ADOS. The ADOS community got a platform. No black agenda, no vote. No reparation, no vote. The moment you reject that, we reject you. I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican. If a Republican decide to say, look, we're going to give you your reparation and we're going to give you a black agenda, we're going with that. And the same thing with the political left. The political left, if somebody's on the right, green, or in the Democratic Party, which, in the down ballot ticket, if they're embracing that platform and very serious about pushing it, of course they're going to go where the platform go. They don't owe you nothing, Democrat. We don't owe you a doggone thing. We don't like ya. We don't want to be one of you, and we can't stand you. You're just like the freaking Republicans. Just like it. Sure, they may have frowns and you got smiles, but I'm a little bit leery about the person with the smile than the frown. See, when I see you with the frown, I know what you up to. You up to no good. But the person with the smile, as the song say, they smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. Oh, backstabber. It's the person who smile in my face that I can't trust, because I know that your policies that you've been instituting, this last COVID bill was a backstab by the Democrats with the help of the Republicans to the American people, with the Democrats leading. They think they got something done in this last COVID bill. You punked out on the weak one. Now they talking about going to the fourth one. Really? Really? You guys must have lost your mind. As for this guy, and I'll say it again, and I always said it, you're not going to spend time with my black community. If you're not going to come out of policy to help my black community pre the election, campaigning on it, getting a committee to push it, forget my vote. Miss me with your vote. As progressive, I understand. I want you to support that. But I see where you coming from. You telling me in the richest country in the world, I got to pay to get more education? And because if I don't get more education, I'm going to fall down the totem pole where most black people are when the wealth gap is so low? We need no-cost education. We need Medicare for all. Everybody need it. These are major planks in the platform. If you're saying that you're going to veto it, and yet you want to ask my vote, and you think you're going to get my vote because Bernie Sanders is teaming with you, screw Bernie Sanders. I don't give a crap about Bernie Sanders. He abandoned the platform, and he decided to embrace Joe Biden. And I don't see any signs that Joe Biden is willing to embrace the platform. If he embraced the platform, he probably can save face. But the bottom line is, I also don't vote for pathological liars, Bernie Sanders. Donald Trump is not the only one. Joe Biden is a pathological liar, and you knew it when you was on that debate stage with that frown on your face. Huh? What? You said that, bruh. You said that. No, I didn't, Bernie. He's a pathological liar. He's a bigot and racist. May not be a homophobe, but he's a bigot and he's a racist. His record prove it. And he has rape allegations just like Donald Trump. Donald Trump got more energy, but he's I call him Dumb Donald. But Joe Biden has no energy and he's brainless. He needs his medication to stay on point. Why are we freaking choosing between those two? Neither one of them want to embrace right-wing policies. Neither one of them, well, Joe embraced right-wing policies before he embraced left-wing policy, but neither one of them is want to take Bernie Sanders' platform or that platform, which, by the way, Bernie Sanders is not yours no more. The Green Party had that platform a long time ago. A lot of people ran on a platform with that in their platform and some. So you don't own that platform. That's the people's platform this day forward. And if you are a politician and you're not willing to embrace the major planks on that platform, embrace your butt out my face. You give me every reason to tell you I'm not voting for neither one of them. Not only will you not embrace it before the election, not only you're not campaigning on it before the election, but you, both of you, are racists, pathological liars with rape allegations. And I don't want to have nothing to do with you. And I'm quite sure most of the left don't want to have nothing to do with you either. So, Joe, it's a no, bro. You're not going to get my support. Now, look, there's a slight chance that he can get my support. To me, having Bernie Sanders on the ticket is not enough. Because it looks like Bernie Sanders is kissing butt, and he's not gonna run again if he was VP. So he still wouldn't put himself in a position to push that platform. Nina Turner holds that platform true. The only way Joe Biden can entertain my vote if he pick up some of the policy plank in the people's platform, if he pick up a black agenda with reparations on top of that, and he make Nina Turner his vice president pick. So when he leaves the first 4 years, she can take over and run for office the next 4 years. She'll have some experience and everything behind that. But I know that's not going to happen. So wishful thinking. Hey, Joe Biden. It's a no for this black man. Not only are you not taking hold of Bernie Sanders' policy, the people's policy plan, Bernie, it's not yours no more. We take hold of it now. You can go on and kiss the butt of Joe Biden and the Democratic Party like you've been doing. You can go ahead and do it. You know, I give you credit for all you've done. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate you. And you might still be fighting, but I don't trust you to lead us into anything else no more. Your time is up. I would have been willing. Look, I'm almost 80. I'm going all the way. I ain't supporting Joe, and I'm going against both of them. I got nothing to lose. This is going to be the second most unpopular political race in U.S. history. The The ability to come out in huge numbers is only going to happen in the black community because the black community has been fed the fear of Trump. So we're going to get out there in big numbers. But even when we do go out in big numbers, only two things happen. Either we barely win or we barely losing. It's time for a blowout. You want to beat Trump, you need to have a blowout. And if you want a blowout, you need to embrace the policies that's going to get people independent outside the party to come out and support you. You're going to need to get the non-voters. You're going to even need to peel off some Republicans because just your Democratic base is not enough to win you an election. You got to go outside your base. You got to go out there and get the non-voters, the people who are not registered voters, the people who are registered voters, people who are independent, and even Republicans. You got to go outside your wall. And the only way you're going to be able to win the people outside the wall is not your freaking Democratic talking point, not this blue no matter who bullcrap, because most of them are not blue. Most of them are not red. That talk ain't going to get people out. You got to give people an offer that they cannot refuse. And right now, you ain't offering jack. Matter of fact, you offering the opposite. It's just kind of hard to vote for two bigot, racist, lying, pathological lying politicians with rape allegations. One's on the blue, one's on the red, one's on the left, and one's on the right. And if you think I got to choose between one of those two, you done lost your ever-loving god doggone mind. I'm Rob Brown with the Rob Report. I'll holler at you later. Peace.